Hello, once again, welcome to Steve's Long Stay Vintage Radio Workshop, where things come to look at for various reasons. And today we're looking at these Cossor melody makers. These are the very common. These are, I think the melody makers. Doesn't seem to say on the back, but they come in various types. Different sort of valves in them, and also some AC and some AC/DC. So let's see first of all if this lovely example we have here also work for us, because you know, I'd like it to, basically. I don't know if it will or not, but we'll see. So in it goes like that, and there we are. It's switched on. Tone's in the middle. I think that's the tone. Oh dear, it looks like the spring has got off the side. In the back here, things are lighting up. That needs looking at, the starters, yeah, and it that tells me that the RF is not doing anything, I don't think, but the IF and the AF stages are alive. This is what we can tell without taking the back off. But obviously there's no, doesn't appear to be anything on there, but that might be because the thing's not moving inside. So I'll take the back off, and of course, with every radio of this type, as soon as it's working, we look inside and find out why it isn't working, because this one doesn't appear to be. Somebody has been here before, it's pretty obvious. What they've done, I don't know, but at least it does appear to be yeah, that's off. Okay, so that comes out of the way. This one, by the way, appears to be the AM, the AC version. I know that because in the back here, among all the muck, I'll turn it round so you can see. Quite heavy actually. You see, there is the transformer, the Cossor valves, which appear to be all original, the TCC capacitor, which may or may not be need to be replaced. So let's go into let's get further into it, and let's have a look. Right. Anyway, in the back here, I noticed that the tuning capacitor is here, and it swings quite well from one side to the other. So again, what I'll do, I'll put it into medium wave, switch it on all the way up and full, and put the power back on again like that, and we'll see if we get anything at all when it warms up again, which it should do. Well, I've got something there. It sounds like either Talk Sports or 5.
Yeah, he certainly is your way.
This is Nobby, first of all.
As well, he's also switching the attacks and he's him driving those left hooks into the body. This is a dominant performance here.
That sounds pretty good actually, that, but because it sounds good doesn't by any imagination mean it is. There are things wrong with this set of discs that need to be sorted. Most capacity related, but we have to deal with them, and so deal with them we shall. So the chassis has to come out of the radio, and the radio has to be looked at. Just because the radio is working, it doesn't mean it's finished. Never make that mistake, because it is simply not true. Simply not true. Because when the radio works, it means signals getting through. But particularly with valve equipment, a signal can get through when things aren't as they should be. So, you know, always make sure. And that was only medium wave, by the way, so the other two may be faults anyway. So we got something out of it anyway. Now, also with these, the buttons, the knobs do tend to have grub screws in them. Now with grub screws, you don't take them out, you loosen them. And when you loosen them, it sometimes can cause a problem. The knobs will come off, and then of course we can then, you know, you can start on the radio itself. So find a screwdriver that will undo them. Sometimes it takes considerable strength because they're rusted in. And also with some of these sets, also I can go up there. They can go on there. I might well put new ones on there. And of course these come off, and the set will come out of its cabinet in, shall we say, the usual way, so we can look at various problems which I know will be current with this set. First of all, the switch here. Here's the set out of its case on the bench. The valves are okay in place. They're the 7 series valves that are known in a few of these. They're all original, 7x4, 7, all the way down the line. Capacitors there, of course, the big smoothing cap, which I think is okay on this, but we'll check it. Enchantment here, and that is there. That has not never been pulled off there, so I'll leave that for now. Now, looking underneath the chassis, by the way, that's the yes, I'll put that there to where you see, and these come out of here, and I'll have to get the diagram, I think, and take a good look at that, because there's something yeah, not quite right there, but it's quite common, so you know, I'll try my best there, you know. Right, anyway, so going underneath the chassis, yeah, and see what horrors await us. Well, not horrors, you know, things that you know. And yes, this has been worked on before, because that is not the original on-off switch and so on. It is not. That one actually has been put in at some stage. The others are all. The other one, that's the original size there. That's the tone control. That's okay. As far as capacitors go, there's that one, yeah, that one, and a bunch of others that need to be changed. That Yeah, well, exactly, yeah, so I don't know what that is, but I'll check it on the meter as well. That's it's a hunt, so chances are it won't want to be changed. Um, Transformer's okay, as I said, and so we know where we're going with it first of all. So first of all, I get the circuit, now I know what model it is, and we'll take it from there. These sets, very good when they work, but they do have interesting little problems when they don't. So like every set of this era, be careful, because you never know quite what you're going to find. You really don't. But of course, these capacitors here, they do go wrong. The wiring looks okay, actually. I know on some of it does look okay. I'm missing that. Actually looks as though I might possibly think about changing this lead, because it's not quite up to standard. Again, it's a transformer, so it doesn't matter which way around it goes, but I'm going to make sure that that is done correctly for safety reasons. So that's something else which I have to attend to on this bloody radio, and I'll do that now actually. So I start by taking that off there, like that, and that off there, like that. I tend to leave it a little bit behind, just to show where it's come from for future use. And also we, if I zip it there as well, like that. And the plug, well, I noticed it's one of these without the black stripes around them for insulation. On new equipment they're illegal, but if they're in use, then you'll be okay with it. But if you pay one of these for somebody else, do change that, okay? If you're doing it for yourself, it doesn't matter. Or of course use the old shop block arrangement, which is here. So that can go down there for now. Sorry about that later on. But first of all, I'll go out and get the manual and look through it and decide what we're going to change and what we're not. Anything CCC on the paper capacity side, we look at. Anything Hunts goes on site, yeah. Then of course we take it from there. The one thing which I will replace is probably this one here, the grid cap. That has to be changed, even if that looks okay and sounds okay. Anything from there, any voltage that passes, goes straight to this valve on the grid, and the valve might fail. It can in some cases do things to the transformer as well. And also there's the capacitor which goes on the output on the speaker as well. That again needs to be changed. So I'll get the manual, because I'm lazy, and we'll take it from there. Well, first of all, I've taken out the cathode bypass cap of the output pencil, which is this valve here, which I keep because I've got a new bit of equipment to play about with, so I use that to play with a new bit of gear. I'll show you that later on. But now this switch has got to come out as well, because it's not the right one and it is faulty. So not only that, it despite that it was capable of doing both live and neutral and mains, it was wired up for neutral only. So somebody had been here and done some rather unfortunate things. So that can come off. That can come off. That can go off anyway. That yeah. So that lot can come off like that. Okay, so it's together. Okay, and so now this has to come off as well. That's, of course, I'll leave that for now just to show where it is in the circuit. And of course the all important capacitor that must be changed on these is, of course, a grid coupling capacitor, which goes to tone control on these, which is here and then up there. So it's probably going to be, I don't know, it is C18, whether C18 is in the circuit. That's the one that we're going to be changing as a matter of considerable urgency. It goes to the anode of V3, which is on these pin 2, and so I'll find it and we'll whip that one out as well. If you've not got the circuit, there's a circuit late, by the way, and I haven't here. Again, I could probably find it, but I'm working off my phone for now. Again, I'll look at the circuit later on. And also, you can generally count on the valve pins. Most of them work in the same sort of way. There's a pip on the circuit, and with the valve faces underneath like that. Pip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how they work. Okay, and the top cap as well. The top cap. There are some with 2 top caps, but let's see about those the better, I think. So that one comes out, and also I think C17 has come out a better labels as well. It goes again to here. So find out where these capacitors are and whip them out, and I'll come back to you shortly. But this one isn't too bad. Muck, by the way, it is a bit mucky. That's not a problem. Anything that's mucky hasn't been mucked about with too much, apart from obviously this control here, which is going to come off. Hang on, how does it come off? Hang on. Use it. It's a knob on the front, and yeah, it's here. Let's see if we can get rid of it on camera. I'll check with the pliers first of all, because I'm that bit lazy, as you know. Well, lots moving actually, so probably not. But I'll whip it out and then we'll come back to you. Some of the parts I'm going to replace on this are already out. That obviously the some of the caps on this are already out. This is the capacitor on the cathode of the output pencil. That's out. That's out. That's the new but faulty volume control. I'm sure I've got something going down with that. And of course these. Obviously there's a grid coupling capacitor which is out, and also the tone control cap, which is out, and of course one of the ones to feed the volume control is also out as well, because it came out with the volume control obviously. And also this is capacitor which goes between the anode of the output valve here and deck. If this went short circuit, yeah, all the current will flow through this transformer to deck, and this transformer won't last very long. So that might be okay. I think it's better we change it, don't you? I certainly don't. I might have put a safety cap of some kind in there. But now I go and I get the bits and start to put the thing back together again, and then we'll try it. Before I go any further, I think I might quickly show you what ESR is, just for a bit of fun. Okay, ESR stands for effective series resistance. Yeah, that is the resistance of a capacitor at AC. Now, linked together like that, of course, it should be 0. So I'll I'm going to over show that in it. Right, well I've put that like that, and there you go. Now we know therefore that that to there should be 0. Gotcha might be faulty on this, I don't know, but Luke's, there you go. That you see that should goes to 0. Okay. Now with that at 0, yeah, that goes into there like that. I'm using it as a holder, and that goes on the other side of the capacitor. And as you'll see here, it doesn't show anything. There you go. It doesn't show anything. Yeah. So this capacitor has very high ESR, possibly no capacitance, so that one is dead. Now if I was to get a modern 22 microfarad capacitor from in here, I know something like one of these, yeah, which is actually very similar to that. I mean, look how from that, you can see that is an old capacitor, yeah. That is it with the new one. Look at the difference. So this one therefore should have on it an effective resistance that can be measured on here. Yeah. So again, that goes onto there like that. They come apart so it don't short out like that. And that goes onto there like that. Like that. And this one again. This one therefore should have a value on it. As you can see, it does. That's the new capacitor. The lowest, the highest value of one of these, 22 ohms, that's volts, is about 2 volts, 2.1 volts. Yeah. Now you can see it was below that on here. So that new capacitor will do in place of the one that I took out just now. So I'll put that aside, and that's how that works with future reference. Vintage radio wise, I don't know how much use they are, but nice to have, so I've finally got one. And there you are. Now the other thing of course with this unit is this thing here, which was being a bit interesting earlier on. Now out of circuit it feels a bit better, so what I'll do, yeah, goes onto there like that, and this goes onto here like that, and you should be something like 500k across there according to manual. A little bit high, but okay. Now, so maybe that like that, yeah, that to there. That's rather less. Now, going up, going that there like that, yeah. Okay, and if I put that one on the other end like that, take the middle pin, and it's 0, yeah. So if we then go halfway like that, yeah, I'm not 100% sure about that. What I'll do, I'll have a look at that later on and see if we can do anything with it. If we can't, then it goes the same way as that capacitor, which is bin wood. Also with this, by the way, the other thing is I'm going to put a new lead on it as well, because the lead that was on it was, so I would say, not suitable. Also with this, by the way, the capacitor in question that I'm going to change, this is the diagram here. I just put it, hopefully where you can see it. Hang on. That there, if you can see it, is that diagram of the radio. Now, first of all, the caps I took out are the one to deck here. That is going to stay out. It's a tone correction cap, and things are different now. So that, with it out, there's no risk of it going short circuit and going through the but transformer here. Because if it did, yeah, we will have nothing to the valve, because it always takes the quickest way to deck. So it'll go through here to deck, yeah. The other it goes to resistor, like that, and down here to there. So it will blow that transformer practically straight away. So better off without it. Other ones that I've got to change on this, by the way, of course, are that capacitor there, the green capacitor. Always change that. The tone control capacitor, which is, I think, the volume control cap, I'm going to change that one. And also, when I find the tone control, there's one there which I'm going to change as well. They're here. The old ones are here. These are the old ones, and these, it is worth changing them on site. So that's what we're going to do. So first thing I'm going to do is change those capacitors out for something something a bit more forgiving, shall we say, because if that capacitor goes short circuit there, that one, it can kill that valve very quickly, and that transformer. So that capacitor there, always change it. Any unit, always change that capacitor without fail. Also, there's that one there, and also this one here, which might have something on it as well. So that one as well. Okay, so those come out, and you know what they are. I've got a circuit here, so I've got details of what is where. Also the ADC cap as well, which hang on, maybe it's in the circuit. Hang on. C7, isn't it? That C7, that one there. Again, without that leaking to deck, the set will lose sensitivity, and if it fills completely, the set will howl like a banshee. So that one as well needs to be changed. So get the capacitors, and of course we'll change it. Well, now I've changed all the capacitors that I need to change in this, as far as I know. That capacitor there is the tone correction capacitor. That one there is the goes to volume control, and I'll put it back in. That's the one of the Yeah, coupling capacitors. The other one is there, that's the important one there. That one there, that's the ADC capacitor, and that one there is the screen grid capacitor there. Also, I've got to put in the electrolytic, of course, which goes in place of this. So, and of course, I've got to do something with the volume control, which is in a bad way. How it's got in that way, I don't know, but it has. Maybe something been a bit down fizzy with the controls, I don't know. Also, the capacitor on here, which is not on the circuit here, across two pins here, because it's not on the circuit here, because it's not on that circuit there, yeah, I've cut that one out as well. So it's two capacitors less, but it should work okay without those. That one, I might well put a X-cam across the mains instead of that. So that's where we're up to with it now. So we've got to sort out a volume control for somewhere for it, because that one is reading different things every time I put a meter on it, and this one, with a found in stock, is not the right kind. So oh dear, there is a way of dealing with things that aren't the right kind actually. This is 1 meg. Yeah. Now, what you can do, you can put a 1 meg resistor across it, which will reduce it to 500k, which is what the circuit says, and that one was but isn't now. So I might do that. I'll have to wait and see, because I've had enough for one night. Jay at this stage talks about a radio on the bench in bits, but on live support, and I can see where it's coming from here. The volume control, I've added 2 resistors, so it does actually work, but it is fixed volume, which is rather high actually, but that's important at this stage. Yeah, meter is the aerial, speaker in, and go, and we'll see what happens. You're seeing this as well as me at the time, so we'll see what happens here. Oh.
For this evening, all the post-match reaction, debates to what sounds out tomorrow. If you've not been able to listen to today's version as yet, the reaction to England 3, Germany 3 from last night in Cougar.
Well, in that case, it looks like this one might be a goer. So at this point, I've got to find a switch potentiometer for here and put the cable in, and then of course we can look at things like alignment and find out whether it's working on all bands. But now it's looking like it's going to be a good one, so watch this space. When you're checking the power supply side of a radio to all the valves, there's one resistor which always goes high in value, or in most cases. It is a resistor that goes between the 2 smoothing capacitors, which are in this can here, and it does tend to go high. This one had 2 actually. The initial one that was put in was 2.7k. I've actually reduced that somewhat to about 1.5, but for 1 or 2 reasons. One, it's all I had, yeah, and the other reason is that it allows a bit more power to the rest of the set, because I think the rectifier in this is past its best, and so now also this anode and screen grid on the output valve are closer together, and the output valve, by the way, the looks to be okay. I know that because it's the Cossor voltage is about 9 volts, which is 8.5, 8.6. They say 9 volts on here, but that means it's maybe a little bit down, but certainly serviceable. And so that resistor now is the one that was put in its place. Also, by the way, if you look a bit up in the circuit, like this, you see here, I've also put in the cathode bypass capacitor, which is here. That one there. Yeah. That actually is part of the feedback circuit as well in this set, I think. So that makes the output lower but better. So that's gone back in now, and it should be working, but it's something not doing, because this will come out here again. So we'll put this back in here. Like that.
Was convicted last year of Mr. Atkinson's manslaughter, and a BBC Panorama investigation has revealed what experts have described as a toxic culture at one of the UK's largest NHS hospitals. Patients in the Edenfield Centre near Manchester were filmed by an undercover reporter being mocked, sworn at and held.
I'm not sure there whether that is our fault or theirs in the BBC, but that is now rather better in volume. So now I've got to find a potentiometer with a switch to go there, and of course we've got this to sort out as well, the tuning dial, which is one of those jobs which every engineer hates, so I might have a look at that myself. This is the one that came out here. This is the one that came out here. Now I'm going to take that apart and see if anything can be done with it. If not, well, I've got to find another one. So wish me luck, people. Wish me luck. First of all, we've got the pot here on the bench. Excuse me, voice. And with it switched off, like that. Yeah, we should get nothing on either of the two main switches underneath. That one says nothing, like that, and the other one also says nothing, like that. You see, so they're okay. You switch it on here at the top. Like that, and do the same trick. Yeah, we should get a reading on both of these now. So bottom one, which we've used before, it reads virtually 0 on here, and the top one also reads virtually 0. So that side to it's okay. Now the volume control side of it, the pot, according to the circuit, should be 500k. Now that we've got some give on, and so we'll see what it is on the meter here. $800k, that'll do. So hang on, I'll put this up so you can see. I think. I'll put this up so I hope this is. Hang on, I'll just put this where you can see it. Hang on. Right, so the meter now, it's on the 2 mega range, and therefore if we loop from one pin to the other on the outside, we get something like 800k. Oh, well, we did just now. There you are, 800k, so that's okay. The middle pin, of course, is the one that varies, so and it's not doing terribly well here, is it? So we'll we put it that way, like that. Yeah. The middle pin, which I put on the I'll put on the meter negative probe, which it doesn't matter with it, but the negative probe on this one has that goes like that, you see. And now one of these should read near to 0. The other one should read, that one reads the full amount, and the other one should read virtually 0, which it does. Okay, so I've gone a bit one way here, so now we should have and this should be lower as well. It is, okay. So that looks to be okay. I'll check it on the scope as well, just to see if we can, with the battery, if possible. But that looks like it might be okay. But the checker, of course, is in the heating, as it were. So I'll put that one aside and have a look for a new one, just in case, because I'm not 100% sure about that one. But it does appear to be okay. In the end, I managed to fix it on our volume control. I sprayed it with switch clean and left it overnight. I could have done those tests, but life's too short, quite frankly, you know. So in it goes, and it works. So now, of course, we switch the radio on, and the volume doesn't actually jump about. And any second now.
Particularly to you, Julien, Lucien Nice in France was that he was going to be sacked. International break after a poor start to the Ligue 1 season. Mauricio Pochettino.
I've also, by the way, put both legs of the on-off switch in place as well. So when it's switched off,
Lucien Favre is still.
It's well and truly off. That's,
really, I think if Poch had said yes, and
that should have been done initially, but it wasn't.
Why he didn't? But he was still polite enough to meet with them, or to listen to them at least. I think Favre would have gone. I think they're waiting to see who they can get. I think he's on board.
Now work. So now we got to get the thing on its right way up and check the alignment. Right. Well, now talk about alignment. Well, first of all, a quick rundown of how a superhet radio, which 99% of the radios you get will be ran. So basically, the superhet takes the signal out of the air like magic, yeah. Picks, that's the RF, yeah. Now IF is a special case of RF, if you like, yeah. And what that does, the signal is mixed to the IF frequency, amplified at IF, with a mixer oscillator here, amplifier there, and of course now it's the dials and the first ampere here, and of course the output. Now the output and the outputs here and the power supply have already been done in this radio. Remember pair, P-A-I-R, so now it's going to be looking at the IF. So I'll put that back on there using these. I might leave that actually. Now, most radios, not all, have an IF around 470 megahertz, 465, 470, around there. Yeah, that's where they're designed to operate. Okay, so that's one thing which you need to think about. So using a signal generator, that's not in the shot here, but basically 470 kilohertz. So it's about there. Okay, so now we set the frequency to 470 kilohertz like that. You do not use a screwdriver. You do not, yeah. Some people have done it in the past. I have myself in the emergency, I know. But really, you shouldn't use a screwdriver. You use a trimming tool. Get them from eBay. in various quantities and some, of course, you do need to be shy away from, because they're probably not all that good. And use something. This one came from CPC. These are still available. The other kind, very expensive now. Yeah. Now, okay. Next thing we do. Look at 470. Yeah. And the IFs, IF coils. That and that are set to go on that frequency. That's the first thing we do. So when they're on that frequency, whichever it is, yeah, you'll hear the speaker get noisy because you get on that frequency. So let's see if this one will do it. If they won't move, and in this case it's not too bad, then you're perfectly okay to leave them alone. Okay, but alignments, first of all, is getting these here correct. Normally with a radio like this, if people have twiddled, we've twiddled the top ones. Okay, not the bottom ones, the top one, because the top ones are easy to get at, and so what do you expect? So, you know, see, there already, it's gone up a bit, so now it's gone up a little bit in value. Now, I can't actually get it any lower than what it is now. Okay, you can't do it. So if I put this back on here, there we are. Now you might well wonder from that precisely why I'm having it down in the noise floor like that. That is because you need to make sure that the AGC doesn't come in and the radio masks IF misalignment. That's why you do that. So that on there, that's on there. There we are. So look at it. And looking for a peak. Okay. You can use it in scope if you want, or something of that nature, but most of the time you can do it by ear. Not ideal, but if you have to, you can. Okay. Because there's one on the top here, yeah, and there's one underneath as well, which is somewhere like here. And that seems to be about right. So this other one here again. That seems to be about right. And here too. That's interesting. A little bit higher there. If the set comes in with low sensitivity, yeah, do not muck about with these until you've found out if there's not a fault with the radio. One thing which does happen on many of these sets is that tweaking can be done to mask a fault. Don't do that. You do not do that. you align after you've checked everything else, which I have on this set, you know. So that is now a bit better than it was. So that very simple. Alignment is quite simple. All you do is put the IF frequency in at the aerial socket or down there, and of course it will come out on the radio.
Trying to eradicate.
That's the IF frequency on with the station there. Okay. So that now goes off like that, and like that, and that is basically IF alignment. Simple as that. IF alignment. RF, by the way, there are two parts to it. One is that's a circuit which is just to put the station in the right place on the dial, and the front end of it again is done across the band for frequency. So again, alignment is something which you only do after everything else has been sorted, not before, and never to mask a fault. Some sets, by the way, have IS in other areas, usually at 140, 150, it varies. Get the service manual, it will be in there. Or if you don't know, ask somebody in the trade. It's no harm in asking. Now on FM, it's usually 10.7, but not always. But I'm looking at you here, but for AM, it's usually ready at 470, 465. In PMI, it's generally 455, but anyway. Anyway. I don't know if it's me this, but I find valve radios much more listenable than the transistorized counters and modern stuff. At this point now, there's something else appeared somewhere. Now when this happens, put your signal generator back on. The IF is still there. Okay. Now with the IF still there, you can look around and find out where it is and where it isn't. And that brings it back up again. And then again. Something interesting here. Something vaguely interesting. Because as soon as that went on there before, right. These valves, by the way, are very well known for contact issues. And I bet you any money that's what the problem is. So what you do, these valves are in parallel because it's transformer driven set. So that goes off like that, and they're all hot, by the way, so all the heaters are working. We know that one's okay. It's very hot, it should be. That's okay. So it's more than likely to be one of these two here. Long wavelengths, okay.
They look like they're going to be quite depleted this weekend in London. We expect Jameis Winston to miss the game, which would mean Andy Dalton.
These are back to normal.
Yes, Anya, you go, mate.
Bit of life on shortwave, but not very much because it's I'm only on a short aerial, so there won't be very much there. But
Survival, a brand new original series.
time for a cleaner, I think. While I'm waiting for the string to come for the dial, I might as well take a look at the cabinet and of course the back. First thing on the back, by the way, is the aerial. On these, the aerial in the top here, and for somebody very quickly, bang a meter across it and make sure that it's doing something, which it is, as you can hear. So the back aerial is okay. Now the case of this radio, I've given it a quick clean, but also while I'm here, I know that the speaker works, but always worth checking it. So again, it goes onto the dial range on here with the bleeper, okay, and then of course we go across the speaker and we hopefully hear a noise. We do, so that's okay. Also with this particular set, it actually damaged the front as well. Quite funny little thing that I don't see very often, even on these. But the front here, yeah, was actually not coming out here. It's coming out here because one of the screws inside had gone, completely gone, and so had the thing behind it. And so what I've done is I arrowdited it in place. So I'll leave it overnight now, and tomorrow we should have a nice, easy, well-fitted radio. So that is now sorted. So now, all we can do now is wait until it's the cord appears for it. In the meantime, I will tell you what you think about this set, just for educational purposes. First of all, this is a Cossor 501. Yeah, the Cossor 501 is the Bakelite version. The Cossor 500 is the same set, only in a wooden case. Apart from that, the two are identical inside. The AC mains melody makers, and these come in different types, as I've already said, with different valves in them as well. Again, it varies from set to set. You find it on here, so you can have look. Yeah, there are the octal range, that's OM10, OM2, etc. There's the Loctral range, which is this one is, and also there's the range which this one is about actually, which is the more common 68TH and TIS2DPP, etc. So there's the three sets of valves that can be used in one of these, so get the right one if you can. At the time, of course, things were short from the war, and so different versions came about. There was also another version actually without transforming, the AC/DC version, which was the same, apart from obviously had the big resistor, and for that reason. So again, they aren't as common, but you might get one. So with that in place now, we'll wait now until it gets until we manage to get the string, and then of course I'll probably off camera do the dial, because of course it's one thing that engineers of this kind hate doing, including me. I really do, but it has to be done, and so it's going to be done, because that's the way it is. So that is to put that in place, and so we'll leave that now overnight, and we'll come back to it tomorrow and hopefully put it together. This set is now back from Andy's. It's had a downstream redone. I put the pointer back on as well. But there's another problem here now.
And I'm talking, I'm
That's
asking
one
you
problem.
that in the context of
And
the
I want to know
officiating.
whether this one is related to it.
Yeah, no, I don't want to take away from the good things.
I've turned that down like that, you see, and do that.
Team penalties and yellow cards, you are lucky. So,
I'm not doing it now. What this needs looking at here. If I go off down the dial, like that. To
between the songs that get uploaded to the internet every single day. There's a lot to get through. There's a lot
see the
of
difference?
pictures floating around in the ether right now. But yeah, check it out when you can.
No.
Again, you can.
Now that,
You can also not speak it, etc. But yeah, that's Classic Radio 20.
not quite like that, is it?
Yourself from Osby Cannon as
no,
well.
man, not to worry.
It's also come-
We're nearly there. Now we're onto the stuff that, you know, get as good as we can. Now, this thing here, that on the top panel, is L1, 2 and 3, and also there's the caps underneath for the trim bit and the padder on the oscillator side. So now we need to sort out the pots, and of course align the RF. And at that point the set is done. By the way, these sets do need an aerial. What I've done here actually is I've got a meter probe in the back. It works rather well. That's actually done it on a lot of sets. It does work rather well. So now it's a case of bit of spray in the right places, and first of all I'll check that the alignment is about where it should be, and then of course look at this coil here, which doesn't seem to have a problem. I noticed there's another copy which I've missed actually, which I might change while I'm at it. So that's the next thing on the RF side of it. First of all, make sure that the pointer is at the right place on the dial. It's a very simple thing to do. Before you start anything like that, check the basics first. And on this one, there's a way to do it, but the quickest way with all radios that I use is simple. Go to long wave.
all the secrets, all the
That's medium wave. This is long wave. With the dial. And on this set, by the way, it's marked up with Droitwich, so there it is. Among all the bus. Down here is radio 4. We'll go this way. We might get the Irish station there. So we know that the RF pointer is in the right place. So now we go to medium wave. Yeah.
This sheriff is a merciless mistress. We're way over our heads.
In the right place there. It's radio 5 live. Yeah. Turn the volume up.
I'd like to just say something.
That's talk sport. That's Atlantic. I still call it Virgin, of course. A lot do. It used to be where Radio 1 was in the day back in the day, so it's quite nice that it's there, you know. It used to be Radio 3 actually. I remember the NTRs when AM Radio 3 was still a thing. Went to put a new aerial on a car. to basically get Radio 3, and she got Radio 3, no problem. Drove off. 3 weeks later, Radio 3 on medium wave disappeared forever, and she went back to the shop and complained to them, the garage. Fair enough. Yeah. That's my answer for you. Further down. There should somewhere be it isn't the traffic station. Again, it's in the bush. This radio is not 100% right, but what I'll do now, I will go and make sure that try it on its own area, which is down here, and if that's okay, then it's fit to go really. So yeah. By the way, I have actually supplied juice here. That's this stuff in the wave change switch here, which has come up well, and of course the repaired on off volume switch here as well. So that's okay. So it looks almost right, so we can tell. As far as I'm concerned, unless you need to do it, don't. Okay? If the radio is up to standard and you're happy with it, or you know, particularly with VHF, particularly with the AM sets now, unless it's really off, I tend not to bother. Some do, some don't. I must admit, I'm a lazy sod, I know, but I don't. So I'll get this sets area and try it on that, and we'll see what it looks like. It's the same better, by the way, on its one speaker rather than this one, but that's another thing for another day. Bit of a non-conformist way of doing it, but that is the aerial for the set, wide to the set, and that now is the Gold Station, which I listen to anyway in the easy chest. Then also on this set, the shortwave is alive. How much there'll be, I don't know, but on the external area, it was alive. There's something there, and of course, on one wave, we don't get a lot, but if I put the CM generator on, like that, and put that up, there you are, that's the Irish station there on 252 metres, so that's alive as well. So this set is, as far as I can tell, alright now to go back into the case. Now, it's set out of a case and set together are two different things, so put it together well and truly in stages. Now at this stage I've got the radio in the cabinet, I've got it wired up to its own speaker, so obviously on its own speaker like I said, but a radio and part radio together are two different things. I'll screw the chassis in place, and so power goes on and we'll see what it does and doesn't do. I noticed that the dial was starting to light up immediately, so give it a minute because valve radios need a minute to warm up, and then see what happens. And when it happens,
right back area, there was no delay to the restart of play there, so I don't imagine that Paul Tierney was checking that, but you think that if he'd gone over there he may have...
Go in that change room.
At gov.uk.
Pick up the other 5 live. There's two, you know, one at 330 metres and one at 433. Hang on. obviously not on. It's okay, not to worry, but obviously working. So on free assembly. That, by the way, is not on its own aerial, so I'm quite pleased with that actually. So we'll pull the power off a minute and put the rest of these back on in their various places, and then it'll hopefully, well, maybe even work, you know. That one goes on like that, tone control, there we are. Our volume control is this one, over here. Put up top there and put the put that on and tighten that up. Like that. That's better with these on, you know. And now of course we've got to sort this one out as well, the wave change, which have to do with the thing on its back, because unlike the others, I can't actually do much with it because it's skewers underneath. So onto back with you, sir. Back, I said, onto your back, that's it, onto your back, there we go. Just for a moment, okay, and I will put this one back in place like that. There we are. Actually, I must have a. It's not quite on that one, is it? Okay, leave that for now. And now, of course, we can try it on all bands and see what it's like on all bands. Like I said, shortwave various synthetic set without the back on and the aerial on, probably not a lot. Medium wave we know about, and shortwave, well, I don't know, so we'll see.
My take on absolutely outstanding. They played some.
They're among the hash there. And long wave, that's long wave. Short wave, not a lot. I'll check with the back on and the aerial. It might be a whole different radio. Right, I'm back together it is. So we'll put the power in the back there, because I took it off from there. And this is short wave. No, this is long wave, by the way. This is the Irish station.
I thought two boots beneath the bed, where my old boots should be. Well, I called me wife and I said to her, will you kindly tell to me who owns them boots beneath the bed, where my old boots should be?
Yeah, I've had that one before. Actually, the exit verse to that song, actually, which I shan't tell on here, but Mike Harding knows it very well. Anyway, go up. That's radio 4. Not as loud, but again, got position this set for that. Medium wave.
Until those boots. And you mentioned.
Look at that is.
But.
There's medium wave and short wave. Well, not a right lot, although it does sound as much alive. But obviously, you know, I need a bigger area for that probably with a set like this. In short wave, well, it's I'm not saying it's dead, but sets like this, generally speaking, all that good on shortwave. It would put these days, because there's very little about on shortwave now, so I don't I have had shockwave voices on it, but not a lot, so it does work, but there we are. It's working radio again. This is a Cossor Melody Maker 501, one in the wooden case. And like I said with these, there's, there you go, thank you, right. There are different versions to this radio. 500 is this set only in a wooden case. This is a Bakelite version of 501. AC mains version of the Melody Maker. Different sort of valves. This has the Cossor valves in it. There's versions with the Mullard more common series in the 6B6T etc. in them, and also there's other version which I've not got here, which is very similar, but these all work only on the AM distance. In those days, some houses were on DC, so there's why AC, DC, etc. available. They, you know, they are a bit, but not as common. We get one of these, and they're quite easy to sort out and get working again, and they're quite good sets. And with them being AC only, I suppose you could, if you wanted to. Actually, the drum socket on the back as well, so you probably could fit a Bluetooth adapter and play mobile phones to them. Well, mobile phones on music to them, and it will probably sound extremely good. But this is it, it's a working radio again. And for me, here at Longstay Workshop, House Street, see you soon. In the meantime, take care, whatever you're doing. And thank you for that. And until next time, take care. And I'll see you soon. Bye bye. And look after yourselves and each other. Ta-ra.
Yeah.